Okay, artists, today we are going to practice making hearts, and some of you are excellent making hearts. That's awesome. You are going to actually paint a canvas, remember, so I really want you to do a lot of practicing before you start painting. This will probably take a couple weeks to do this project because I want it to be a keepsake for you. I actually have some sheets that I might get copied for you. I'm trying to see here if I got them all. But this is the main basic one, and this is not my these are not my sheets. They actually came from the internet. This is from TPT, Teachers Pay Teachers. So thank you, Simple Art Class. And I like it because she talks about in her lesson plan that how if you photocopy and you give kids stuff that looks real, then they have a hard time when they can't make it look just like the paper, just like the image, the computer image. So we're going to practice just drawing some hearts today. So you have your dry erase board. My rule with the dry erase boards is we don't spin them. We don't hit them like any supplies or use it or abuse it, and you won't get to use them. You're going to use your Expo. Do not color in the whole image. Just draw an outline with it, please. And when you are finished, make sure you snap that cap. Let your marker take a nap. Clean your board. Boards go in the bottom of drawer number 1. And then in the tubs that you have, the centers, and then the markers and the thing to erase them with goes on top. So I want you to think about your ear, the side of your ear. If you put your finger on the side of your ear, it's actually half of the heart, okay, without my knuckle in the middle there. So if you want to, touch the side of your ear. And then when you do a heart, you want it to be symmetrical, meaning it should look the same as on the left as on the right as best you can. So I wouldn't want to do this, okay, because that does not look like my heart. Now, I don't have anything back here to erase, so I'm going to grab a paper towel. And then you want to think of it slowly, and we always talked about how you slowly going up a mountain and down the mountain, curving back down. These 2 points should be on this. I'm sorry, I should be able to draw a straight line down, and they should be able to connect. Okay, think of a dotted line. So then I'm going to take my heart on this side. I'm going to go up, bring it back down to the point, and there's my heart. Now, what I do like about the sheet that she has shown is there are different types and shapes of hearts. This is the pointier heart. This is a fuller heart. This is a wider heart. Maybe you don't want to look at the sheet at all, and that's totally fine because I use these sheets that I get from other teachers to inspire you so you don't get stuck. And sometimes you get stuck and you don't want to create. But you always can do your own thing. So just practice doing different kinds of hearts, make them round, however you want. Do that right now. And then when you get done, I want you to show your shoulder buddy, okay? And check out what step after we've practiced doing our hearts, and hopefully you've gotten a little better with doing them, which is good. That was the goal for this. I want you to take in the Britto art project that we are inspired by, the Artist of the Month that we already talked about. We saw a couple videos last week, and I think I showed you one just to start off class with to remind those of you that were absent, is a piece of artwork that he did, I think in 2014. I can't remember, of course, because I'm doing the video. But what he does in his artwork, he has his heart, and then I want you to think about your background line. Remember we talked about drawing a line, hitting a bump, and jump, okay? So there is the background line behind the heart. Now this is for your canvas, remember, this is what we're working on. And if you look at the sheet that she has here, she had the line go all the way through. I'd have to refer to his. You can do either way you want it. It doesn't matter to me. And then I want you to think about these lines coming up and putting sections into your heart, because he was all about using bright, bold colors, but he was also wanted to use patterns. Now, another part of this lesson that she had, which I thought was great, which we've already done, is the how to roll game. And this is also the same thing to inspire you. So if you want to use any other design that you want to, totally fine. So you can go back to this or your sketch that you had, and in each little section, you might have little things. Another thing that I loved about Britto, his artwork that he did, is he would put his initials in his art pieces of artwork. So if you want to go in and put your initials in. Now, when you paint your canvas, artist, I don't want you getting overwhelmed by this, okay? You will actually do all the painting and do it in little steps. I'm not going to ask you to paint that with a pen with Miss Paula. With Miss Paula. Instead, you're going to use a Sharpie, because we're fancy, after the paint is totally dry. Okay, those Sharpies will not come out. And I also have paintable Sharpies, which will make a nice, bold line, which is what he is also known for. So I want you today just practicing using the dry erase board. After the dry erase board, what I'm going to give you, because like I said, it is very important to do, and also you would do your background, you would add some more lines in, some other patterns and designs, whatever you want. Oh, here, another great way. If you wanted to do a pattern, if you had a brick or something like that, or this would be actually a, I can't think now. What would this actually, oh, a checkerboard. So you could fill this in, fill that in, you could do a pattern. But what I want you to remember, when you're painting your canvases, if you did something as detailed and elaborate as this, it would take you forever to paint, and we only have a couple weeks to do it. I want to show you what you're going to practice on, though. So this is your canvas, and I don't have my sample ready yet. I'm here on a Sunday trying to get this ready for you guys. This is a bigger canvas. Okay, this is actually one that has gotten dirty, and I'm going to use it as my sample. On the back, later, is where you will write your name, okay? And we will practice drawing, but I'm going to give you a piece of paper that is 11 by 14 because this is bigger than a regular piece of paper, okay? Kind of like when we did our trees artist and you did the giant tree and I had you start off small, okay? I want you to see how actually much bigger that this is. So today you will do the game, you will practice on the dry erase boards, then you will do practice paper for this. The next time you come in, artist, you will actually get a pencil and draw lightly because you get one of these canvases. They're kind of expensive, but it's going to be a nice treat for you guys to keep. And then you will paint with that on top of that with the acrylics.